watching Bridgerton and the doorbell rang. Stuff that back in there, pretend that didn't happen. Which is Cuckoo Bananas. Oh, these are bright, baby. What has happened? I locked in yesterday. Hi, welcome back to the cozy chaos that is my channel. It's time for another crochet along. Sirdar have just released their Easter crochet along and it's week 1 today. So I'm going to cut back to me like 2 weeks ago receiving my yarn and give you a bit of an unboxing, and then I'll meet you back here to find out what we're making in week 1. I don't even know if this is what I think it is, but I've just had a parcel delivered and I wasn't expecting anything, so I think this might be the yarn for the Sirdar Easter crochet along. If this is what I think it is, then I wanted to get it on camera because I actually can't believe this. This is a big box. This is a bigger box than the summer one. It's like glued down. I don't want to rip the box because I'm gonna have to use it. Okay, it's open, okay. I didn't even like sort my cushions out or anything. This is how like unprepared I was for this. Oh my god, this is, oh my god, okay. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious me! Look at these colours. They were kind enough to send me this so that I could make the blanket, which is Cuckoo Bananas. Between you and me, no one's ever sent me anything. This is new territory for me. So I'm really grateful to Sirdar. I'm just me. Like, this is just, it doesn't compute in my head, but I'm so grateful. I will say though, despite the fact that they have sent me this, I am going to be giving my honest opinion on this pattern. I was very honest and very blunt with the summer crochet blanket, to the point where I'm surprised that they wanted me to make the Easter one. So I am still going to be honest. I'm still going to be giving my own opinions and stuff. I'm not going to temper anything down just because they sent me the yarn. I want to be honest about it. Okay. This is like a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. Like, from the pictures that have been online, look at how disorganized I am. The pictures that have been online, it seemed like dimmer colors. I don't want to say dim, more like dusky colors, I guess. But these are bright, baby. What is this? Pom-pom makers and some stitch markers and a darning needle, because this kit is good for beginners, so they actually send you things that you're going to need if you were a beginner. Oh, that's so cute. This is the label that goes on at the end. Let's dig into some colors. I don't know, should I do this in a better way? I'm just sat on my sofa, I was just watching Bridgerton and the doorbell rang. There's really like no good way to frame this. This is what we have on top. I'm going to try and remember this so that I can film a TikTok too. Oh, this blue is so nice. This is cornflower pink. This was also in the summer one. The shade is called Aran, but it's a DK weight. This is Rainforest. We have Flame, Bright Lemon. This is Grass. Grass, this was in the summer blanket. This is another Grass. Grass was one that I already had in my stash, and then there was one in the summer blanket. So Grass is one that I've just like had an abundance of for a long time, and now I have more, so that's fun. This is Cupid. This was also in the summer blanket. And then we've got a white, and then the rest is, there's another ball of Aran, and then 3 more of the cornflower. But this is just, what a Wednesday. What a Wednesday. I was not expecting this. Okay, so while I find the first piece of the pattern, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about how this works if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Editing Louise here. For some reason the clip where I explained everything about this and how this works just has no sound. I have no idea why, but it has no sound, so I'm just going to jump in and really quickly explain to you how this works. So the pattern is released over the course of 6 weeks. Each week you get a different section of the pattern. The way that I'm doing it is I'm going to try and complete that section before the next one comes out, so that at the end of the 6 weeks I have a full blanket. Another way to do it, which a lot of people do, is to just download the patterns as and when they come out and then do it at more of a leisurely pace. So although I am going to try and cram it all into the 6-week period, it is not necessary. What you also missed in that clip, which is so frustrating, is me realising that I was right in what I thought we were going to be making first, and that we were starting with the centre of the blanket. So it is a bunny in an egg shape. It's a bit of tapestry crochet, which is great because I love tapestry crochet. And I was also really excited because there is a chart in there. So there's written instructions for row by row, but there's also a chart for right-handed and left-handed, which I've never seen before. I wouldn't even think that that there was a difference, but then again, I'm right-handed, so everything is written for me. I've seen a lot of left-handed people online really happy that there is a left-handed instructions and a left-handed chart too. So on the day that week 1 released, I was actually about to go on a holiday for my wedding anniversary. It was the day of my wedding anniversary, and I told my husband that we had to wait until 10 a.m. until the pattern came out so that I could pack the right yarn that I would need for this section. And I'm going to be doing it in the car on the way to our holiday and then on the way back too. You're currently in my kitchen cupboard, which is a throwback. If you've been here from the beginning, you know that you are always in my kitchen cupboard. But I'm just going to, before I set off, I'm going to set up my little Ziploc bag, and I thought I would show you how I do it. So I've got my colour here, Ziploc bag. This is literally just like a sandwich bag. The 2 colours that we're going to be using for tapestry crochet specifically is the pink, so I'm going to pop that in there with the end hanging out. I'm going to find the centre of the cream, stuff that back in there, pretend that didn't happen. Any that's like left over, you don't want to wrap it around the ball because you don't want it to like get tangled in the bag. And I'm going to put that in there too. And now I've got the 2 ends that I'm going to be working with, like sticking out the top of the bag here. That literally is just like the simplest way to keep your colours from tangling, because as you're crocheting, you turn your work and then you turn your bag and they don't get tangled. And it keeps everything together. I just think it's a super simple, easy thing that most people have in their cupboards to help with tapestry crochet. I know that a lot of people struggle with tapestry crochet because of that, and I think it's just such a simple solution to it. So I'm going to pop this in my bag, I'm going to get in the car, we're going to go. We're 5 minutes away from where we're going to go. I've been crocheting for about 50 minutes and this is where we are. It's kind of, can you see like bulging a little bit in the middle? I don't know. It's very minor, so I think if I steam it or block it, it should be okay. But I'm going to pause here because we are nearly there. So I'm going to do a little bit more on this. This is where we are. I think I'm just about to start doing like the head and the ears. I'm hoping I can get this portion of it done before I get home. So we'll just, I guess we'll see. Done, and I've just thought I would show you what I do when it's a chain 2 that counts as a stitch, because if you've been here a while, you know how I feel about chain 2s and I'm not a fan of how they look. So what I do if it is a chain 2 that counts as a stitch, so I finished the row, I turn and I go back into that stitch and slip stitch into it, and that just puts your chain 2 above the stitch as opposed to next to it, and it just looks a bit more like a half double in this case. I just think it looks a bit neater. But anyway, this is where we are. I'm so nearly finished and I think I am going to get it done before we get home, which is brilliant. The next day, I've spent 2 days celebrating my wedding anniversary. I need to work out. I'm going to walk on my walking pad and crochet at the same time. I have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on the TV, which is about 40 minutes. So I'm gonna walk for 40 minutes, crochet for 40 minutes. 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay, so it's kind of loud. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me over this. I have the pattern on my laptop, I have my water, I have the remote for the TV, I have my yarn in this bag on my shoulder, and now I can just crochet and walk. In yesterday. I did a bit of walking and crocheting and then I was so close to finishing it that I just kind of finished it. So this is week 1. We do have a little bit, I was trying to show you, like it does sort of like, it doesn't sit flat. So I'm going to block it before I do the final step, which is to do some surface crochet kind of squiggles along here. So that's what I'm going to do before I finish it off, so that it has time to dry before Wednesday when week 2 starts. I also realised that I showed you this bag and didn't actually show you what I bought from the yarn shop in Kendal. It's kind of boring, but I'm going to show you anyway because I like this kind of like little inserts in the vlogs that I watch. So I just got 2 balls of yarn. This is the Sirdar Loveful 100% recycled acrylic, and I got this in the shade Sky and Terracotta, and I'm going to put these together. I'm thinking a scarf would be really cute with these colours. The woman in the shop wasn't convinced on this colour combo, and neither was my husband, but I can just see this is a really cute moss stitch scarf. So that's my plan with these. I'm just going to pop them in here and probably come back to those at some point in the winter time. So now I'm going to block this piece, and then we can finish the week with an actually completed week 1 of the crochet along. This is super cute, honestly. Like, side note, if you aren't doing this crochet along but you're just kind of watching this for the sake of it, this is so stinking cute. This would be a really cute like wall hanging. Like, how cute would that be as a wall hanging? And then you could absolutely just use your stash yarn for doing that. So cute. Anyway, let's get to steaming, blocking, whatever I'm doing. So you can really see when I've laid it down like this that it's not lying flat at all. So the finished size was supposed to be 40 centimeters. I'm at 38 by 45 centimeters. And I'm at the highest point, I'm half a centimeter off. So I don't want to stretch it lengthways too much if I can help it. I want to really focus on getting this part flat. If it's going to be a little bit bigger, it's going to be a little bit bigger, that's fine. But I want to try and keep it as close to the actual size as possible because I don't want it to be too big like my summer one was. So I'm going to pin it as flat as I can get it, and then I'm just going to steam it. Now steamed. I just gently steamed it. I don't want to relax this too much because that could buckle it more, and I didn't want to relax this too much because I didn't want it to lose its shape. And the edge is absolutely fine, and it's sitting now at more or less the exact size that it's supposed to be. I don't know, I didn't want to overdo it. What I am going to do is I'm going to leave this now for at least 2 days just so that it can relax a bit and sort of hold this new shape before I then go in to do the surface crochet. We're back. It's been 2 days, I think, since I blocked this. So I'm going to take it off the board and we're going to add the like squiggly bit, and then we're done, which is good because today is Tuesday and the next part of the pattern comes out tomorrow, so I need this done so that we can do that tomorrow. Okay, I think I have all the pins. Moment of truth. Oh my god, thumbnail. That worked perfectly. The bulging, it's still there a little bit, but it's so minimal now that you'd only notice it if you were looking for it. So how am I going to tackle this surface crochet? I have never done surface crochet before, and I'm a little bit nervous, but my friend Megan suggested that I use tailor's chalk to like sketch out where I'm going to do it. Well, she said to use a sewing, like one of them fabric pens that washes off, but I don't have one of those. I have tailor's chalk. So I'm going to try and do it with some tailor's chalk and hope that that gives me a bit of a guide so that I don't end up here, there and everywhere. Having said that, I still have to draw the thing, don't I? Like, I still have to... This could be fun. I've just sat down to start doing the surface crochet and I've realised I've made a tiny mistake. It's not the end of the world. This bunny is the right way around. However, this is what the right side of the flame should look like. So essentially, I've started the flame colour on the wrong side. So my bunny is the wrong way around. Although, do you know what I think I've actually done? Oh, this is so me. This, I think I've actually crocheted the tapestry backwards. The reason I think that is because you can see here where I've brought my yarn up. So this is the back of the tapestry. This is the back of the flame, but my bunny is the wrong way around. It's not the end of the world. I just know that someone's going to comment on it. My bunny is the wrong way. we're moving on. So I'm watching the video tutorial on how to do surface crochet because, like I say, I've never done it. I'm not going to draw it out because I think at the end of the day I'm just going to get bogged down in it, and it's really easy to frog, she just said in the video. So if I do hate it, I can take it out and try it again. Right round, and I think I've done a pretty good job. It's pretty neat and even, which is what I wanted. I am a little bit nervous though that I'm coming back to where I started. I don't want to end up here and have like a little skinny, do you know what I'm trying to say? So I need to kind of plot this a little bit because I need to go up onto the green. I need to be getting back down like here. I'm going to try my best. You know what? I think I've done a pretty good job of getting that to line up. It's looking pretty good. The video says that I should snip this, which is scary, but that's what I'm going to do. What has happened? Go. And then I'm going to pull this through and then hook it back through where we started, basically. And that's joined it. It's not the neatest join in the world, but I will take it. I think I've done a pretty good job. So I'm going to weave the ends in, and then that's it. Week 1 is finished, ready for week 2. Editing the weeds again. I've just finished editing this video and it's already so long, and I was going to put weeks 1 and 2 together, but I think because we had the unboxing in there as well, it's already such a long video that I think I'm just gonna leave it here. This is the end of week 1. This is what it looks like. I'm super happy with it, especially the squiggle, because I was really nervous about doing that squiggle, but I'm super happy with it. But I am going to leave this video here. I'm not sure if week 2 is going to be its own video or if I'm going to put them together. I don't really know. I don't know how much content I'm going to get from each week, so it's a little bit up in the air. The first people who will know will be Instagram and TikTok, so if you're over there then you'll be in the know. My goal for 2026 is to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you want to support me in doing that, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It would really help me out. But all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.